is with us. Brad, good morning.
Good morning, McGraw.
All right, lots of ideas flying around, lots of opinions flying around. You're on the front lines of this gun argument and this safety issue. What do you think as you watch what's going on?
Well, I think the idea that I'm not opposed to looking at gun laws, but the idea of changing gun laws and that you can do more with the mental health, I'm talking about adjudicated mentally ill side of this, has a lot of limitations to it. And so the idea is, McGraw, how do you approach it if you don't exclude those two, but day in and day out, what can you do a better job of? And this is what I think, that people like the shooter in Parkland, Florida, obviously was, crying out that I'm going to do something bad, but not being specific enough that anybody could charge him. So who knew that information in advance? Who had told law enforcement? Well, obviously somebody told the FBI, and they apparently didn't follow through for whatever reason.
Right.
And the local law enforcement, I think, knew of him. But, McGraw, most law enforcement agencies sort of don't have a collective of how do you interview troubled kids? How do you assess maybe what's going on with them? Maybe take a mental health professional that works with cops and sort of do a knock and talk on these kids that you can't do a lot else with, but you're keeping track of. This is the key word I'm looking for, keeping track of. And, if it's a situation where, hey, this kid strikes me as somebody that's about to launch here based on what we know, there are some states, yours is not one of them, but there's a thing called extreme risk protection orders, which allow law enforcement going to a judge to temporarily come and seize all your guns. In 14 days, you get another hearing. If they still think you shouldn't have them because you're a danger to the community, danger to yourself, then they have to have a full-blown hearing to keep the guns away from you. So it's things like that, keeping track, having relationships with kids that will talk to you, and the ability to temporarily seize guns. It's not perfect. None of this is going to be perfect because it's humans and human behavior. But we have to think more in that because I think realistically we can do those things.
Yeah, I know everyone wants to criticize all the officials for not finding a needle in a haystack. And when Vice President Dick Cheney said the terrorists have to be right once, we have to be right 100% of the time. You're trying to predict the future. It's impossible to do. And, some of your things, some people might say, hey, great idea. Other people say, hey, wait a minute. You know what? There's going to be a lot of innocent people caught up in that net while we try to weed out the bad guys.
Yeah, but here's how I look at that. I get that. When you assess kids, particularly if you do it in the school setting, where many schools have what they call threat assessment teams, made up of a police officer assigned, other folks in the school, maybe the social worker or psychologist. When you identify McGraw troubled kids, it's not so much as, oh my God, he's going to become a mass shooter day after tomorrow. It's he's troubled. He needs help. He needs direction. And the whole idea is to redirect kids. So when you figure out kids like this one, maybe they're too far gone. Maybe all you can do basically is figure out some sort of safety net to slow them down, get in front of them, whatever it might be. But a big chunk of these kids that end up being shooters, have showed so much troubling behavior until they get to that point that they could be turned around.
Yeah.
That's all I'm suggesting.
What do you think of President Trump's suggestion? I don't think he made it as a policy statement. He just sort of threw it out there for conversation. Arming teachers and giving teachers guns.
I know that is a popular thing, by some people, maybe including the NRA. And I think it sounds okay on an emotional level. I can tell you that somebody who's trained to combat shoot, go into houses, and arrest violent people is, I was more scared in every house that I busted into of getting shot by the people I was with and not by the bad guy. And they're all trained. So the idea, if somebody walks in with an AR-15 and you've got a semi-automatic that you can get to, but you couldn't probably readily get to because you don't want to be walking around with a gun on at school, the firepower is going to be overwhelming. And are you going to end up shooting other people other than him trying to shoot him. That's the conversation I at least want people to have as a reality check of, are you really capable of combat shooting? Because that's what you're talking about.
So as an FBI man who broke into homes, you were more afraid of being shot by your friendly fire than you were by the bad guy you were trying to capture?
Yeah, because usually we'd have so many people with him, we'd overwhelm the bad guy, and he would just either give up or, I guess get shot. But 99% of the time he would just give up. But yes, because you've got all these people around, some that you've trained with, some that you haven't trained with, some that you've never seen before from other agencies. You don't know what their capabilities are. So even with all of us trained, all of us, qualifying quarterly, shooting combat courses, we still shoot each other. So, what does that tell you about a school teacher in St. Louis? And they do send through a course. This is how you shoot. This is out of range. That's all controlled. I don't know.
Right.
Let's think about that before you do it.
Yeah, an English teacher who's in a gun range once. Yeah, good point. Brad Garrett, ABC News crime and terrorism analyst. You're the best. Thanks for your insights. Have a good day.